The Son of Chimborazo, History of Ecuadorian Magical Realism, in homage to the ancestral trade of the ice makers of the Ecuadorian snow-capped mountains. In memory of Baltazar Uscha, the last ice maker of Chimborazo, author Fausto Ramos.
It's early morning and my father wakes me up by shaking his shoulder. Baltazar, you are already 12 years old. Today you must meet Taita Chimborazo. I stretch my body and rub my eyes, restless about the initiation that will mark my destiny. I dress in silence, putting on my pants, wool jacket, and rubber boots, and I cover everything with a thick red poncho. Around the wood stove, always smoking, my mother serves us water with panela scrape and machica. It's 6 in the morning. We load 5 donkeys with ropes and plastic. Under a trail of smoke, we cross the rails of the train that disappears behind the mountains. After 3 hours of walking, we are approximately 8,000 feet above sea level. My breathing is labored due to lack of oxygen. The vegetation changes. We advance through grasslands, bushes, and moss that cover the horizon with a fluffy green carpet that slows our pace. My father orders us to stop. Baltazar, bring the guinea pigs. Dad takes one and raises it to the sky while saying a prayer. Taita Chimborazo, receive this offering for allowing us to enter your domains. Bless us with good weather. Give us daily sustenance and protect us when we return. I have brought my son to teach him what my father and my father's father taught us. We advance along a cloudy and rocky path at more than 4,000 meters above sea level. About 20 minutes later, my father points to the top of a glacier. It's the Razu Circuna! With bar, shovel, and hoe, we hit the enormous glacier until the giant blocks of ice fall off, falling heavily to the ground. With an axe and pickaxe, my father shapes the pieces into rectangular shapes. Dad carries the heavy blocks with apparent ease, covers them with straw and plastic, finally securing them to the donkeys with a wooden hook. I carry a block the weight of a calf, but when I try to secure it, it falls to the floor, breaking into 1,000 pieces. Damn. You have to learn, he reproaches me. With this job, you will feed your family. I understand that I cannot fail, because that means at least 1 more hour of exhausting effort. We carried 10 blocks of ice on the backs of the 5 donkeys. My father says goodbye to Taita Chimborazo, thanking him for allowing him to extract a piece of his ice and asking for protection for his return. As time went by, just as my father said, this job allowed me to feed my family. It's been 50 years since my father started me. Now almost no one wants ice and they consume it out of mere curiosity. Today I must go up to visit Taita Chimborazo. I hope it welcomes me with good weather. At 3,000 meters, a thick fog prevents my passage. Perhaps it is because now, as in recent years, I have no longer brought my Taita any guinea pig to give him. But I respectfully raise the prayer of gratitude, what Dad taught me. A Curie king appears on a Chukiragua and flies in the opposite direction to the ice path. It's a bad omen. Meters higher, the weather worsens. I try to find shelter for the donkeys. I stumble and slide down a deep slope. My body is immobile. Hypothermia is gaining ground through my extremities. I still remember the Curie king who warned me. No one dies the day before, I say to myself silently, and quench my thirst by melting ice on my dry lips. I feel a communion with Taita Chimborazo. Now I am part of the eternal spiral of life. One day I came from the amniotic fluid, and now I return to the eternal womb of snow. Hours later, Baltazar's donkeys descend alone through Curingui to the adobe and thatched roof hut. The patriarch's wife and grandchildren go to the town to report his disappearance. Rescue teams arrive and ascend to the snowy mountain when the storm calms down, but they do not find the body. The media makes the unfortunate event known to the world. The government, in a patriotic attack, decrees intangible cultural heritage to the absent Baltazar Uscha and his ancestral profession. Hundreds of meters under the snow, Baltazar closes his eyes to better contemplate the blurry silhouette that approaches. Yes, it is his father Juan, the albino son of the Colossus of the Andes, who descends with his arms open like wings and wraps him in a mantle of peace. Silence, mortals! Stop time! Let everyone listen to the wind running through the mountains, crossing the moor and getting lost in the perpetual snow, whispering, Kashkwi Guangui. Thank you for having us. Taita Chimborazo.
Image credit. Pachay and Isack Art. Background music. Alturas, Inti Iamani. If you like this story, share it, help us spread our cultural wealth. Find more magical stories and legends from Ecuador in the literary saga, The Lord of Tales. The magical realism of Ecuador for the world. Fausto Ramos, writer. Now available on Amazon.